Angel Eyes. Prologue. The distant hum of a city at night. Rain taps lightly on metal. A woman's voice begins deep, deliberate, with that quiet kind of authority that needs no volume. Atalia whispers to herself. They call her Angel Eyes. But there are no wings. No name. No trace. Only eyes. Eyes that haunt me. Eyes that burn like truth in a world built on lies. The city glows under amber street lamps. A sleek black car rolls slowly through the night. Inside, Atalia, the Whisperer Baldelli sits with a glass of bourbon, watching the blur outside. Outside the window, a flicker. A figure bending over, wrapping a blanket around a shivering girl. Her breath catches. Atalia softly to herself. There she is again. Always helping. Always disappearing. Like she knows I'm watching. Like she wants me to. Chapter 1. The hunt begins. Low jazz and the distant wail of sirens. The city is alive with secrets. Atalia Baldelli ruled Dominion Holdings with iron precision and a reputation carved from shadows. A whisper in her circles meant someone disappeared. A nod meant wealth shifted hands. But even the most feared woman in the city could not command the presence of one unknown. Atalia's bulletproof limo is stuck in peak hour traffic. She peers through tinted glass, impatient, bored until a flash of motion. A hooded woman crouched beside a homeless man, passing a steaming cup and a thick gray coat. Her movements quick, silent. She doesn't wait for thanks. Rain. The city pulses under neon light. The hum of traffic and distant jazz. The purr of a black luxury car slices through the chaos. Atalia. They say I see everything. But that's a lie. Because she slips past me, every damn time. Inside the car, Atalia, the Whisperer Baldelli. Red curls coiled like fire. Emerald eyes cold enough to cut glass. Fingers swirling a half-melted cube in her bourbon glass. Atalia to her driver. There. For a clock. Slow down. The driver glances in the mirror, confused. Driver responds. All I see is a soup kitchen and a line of. Atalia, sharper. I said slow. Down. She leans forward. Eyes narrow. There, moving between the shadows, a woman. Hood up, face half covered. Offering soup. Wrapping a blanket around a shivering teen. Moving like a ghost. Atalia's voice a low murmur. Always helping. Always vanishing. A phantom in Doc Martens and ripped jeans. Her lips curl into something between amusement and hunger. Atalia whispers softly. If charity had a face, it'd wear mystery like perfume. And I want to rip that hood off with my teeth. Earlier that week at Dominion HQ. Marble floors. Sharp suits. Phones chirp and die on command. Atalia stands before a digital wall of surveillance shots. Dozens of angles. None with a face. Detective Rourke's voice is tired when he says, We've cross-referenced all facial data within a 20-block radius. Still nothing. It's like she knows where every camera is. Atalia, sipping espresso, bored. Or maybe she's just smarter than your entire division combined. Rourke, beat. So what exactly do you want from her, ma'am? Atalia, smiling faintly. Wouldn't you like to know? On a street corner, another night. Traffic. Horns. A symphony of urban chaos. Atalia's car is boxed in. Atalia, low, nearly growling. Of course it's rush hour. Her eyes catch her again. The ghost. Angel Eyes. Feeding an old man on the curb. Soft touch. Hushed words. Hood up. Atalia to driver. Stop. Now. Driver. We'll block traffic. Atalia cutting him off. They'll live. She opens the door, steps out. A gust of wind flares her coat. She's halfway across the street when Angel Eyes looks up. Their eyes meet. And bam. The world stops breathing. A low heartbeat. Rain intensifies. Silence like a single note drawn out like a violin string on the edge of snapping. Atalia, softly. Those eyes. Holy hell, those eyes. Not blue. Not gray. They were. Stormlight wrapped in silk and secrets. And for one perfect second, I forgot I was dangerous. Angel Eyes tilts her head. No fear. Just curiosity. And maybe something else. Something warm. Something wicked. Then a car horn blares. Atalia flinches. Looks back. And when she turns again. Gone. Atalia, muttering. Damn it. Chapter 2. Calith Ambrose. In an abandoned chapel, just before sunrise. Soft organ notes hum in the background. Candles flicker. Calith stands in the ruins of stained glass and silence. A duffel bag slung over her shoulder. She's just left food and medicine behind the altar for a mother and her daughter hiding there. By blood, she was Calith Ambrose, daughter of the coldest dynasty Mercury Limited had ever molded. By choice, she was no one. A shadow in the street. A whisper in the alley. Angel Eyes, they called her. And no one dared ask more. Her mind goes back, the gala 2 years ago. High ceilings. Chandeliers. Gold-soaked laughter. Calith stands alone at the bar, swirling something strong and expensive she didn't pay for. Businesswoman, drunkenly. Calith, darling. You're going to make your father so proud. Finally stepping into the legacy. Calith, half smile, no warmth. I'd rather step into traffic. Then back in the hidden ranch. Later that morning. Children's laughter in the background. A woman stitches something in the sun. Calith leans on a wooden railing, hoodie half off, sipping black coffee. This was her real inheritance. Not boardrooms and mergers. But healing hands. Quiet strength. A place where broken wings remembered how to fly. She didn't want statues or speeches. She wanted safety. To build it. To be it. At Dominion Holdings in Atalia's office. Atalia's emerald eyes scan over the latest intel. A blurry still of Calith feeding a child on a rooftop. Again, no face. Just those damn eyes. Atalia, to herself. You're mocking me, aren't you? She taps the photo. Atalia. You know exactly where the cameras are. What are you? A flashback to the alleyway, their first eye contact. A hoodie. A mask. The eyes. Blue like ice catching fire. Atalia stares like she's been slapped with divinity and dragged into damnation. Atalia. God damn it. I could drown in those. Back in Calith's apartment, secret room behind a bookshelf. Walls covered in newspaper clippings. Handwritten notes. Schedules. A map of the city color-coded to track outreach. One tiny corner has a photo. A red-haired woman in a power suit, standing beside a black Escalade. Calith. Atalia Baldelli. The Whisperer. She's getting too close. Then her phone buzzes with a notification. She picks it up. It's a burner line. A message. Dominion board member. Allergic reaction. Gala tonight. All eyes on us. She sighs, pulling her hair back, masking up. Calith, muttering. Let the games begin. Gala night. Music. Clinking glasses. Designer suits. Secret agendas. Calith steps through the double doors like sin draped in silver. Her gown shimmers like Mercury, poetic, ironic, unforgiving. Every eye turns. Across the room. Atalia freezes. Their eyes meet again. Atalia softly to herself. You came to me. Dressed like temptation and betrayal. You knew I'd be here. Calith murmurs. You're exactly where I need you. And so it begins. Not war. Not love. Something between. A dance on the blade of obsession. Chapter 3. Crossfire. The chapter where obsession gets personal. Flirtation becomes interrogation. And two queens start circling the same fire. The gala, moments after arrival. Elegant chaos. Crystal chandeliers. Laughter like knives. Calith glides through the crowd, sipping champagne like it's poison she's learned to savor. Eyes follow her not because of who she is, but how she is. Like a secret daring you to ask. Like sin wrapped in silk. Across the room, Atalia watches her, one hand tucked lazily in the pocket of her black tailored suit, the other holding a glass she hasn't sipped in minutes. Atalia softly whispers. She walks like the floor should thank her. Like this city belongs to her shadow. And still, no one really knows her. But I will. Oh, I will. Then a sudden commotion. People gasp. A man drops his wine glass and stumbles, clutching his throat. His wife screams. Woman screaming. He's allergic. He can't breathe. Silence breaks into chaos. And Kalith is already moving. Like clockwork. Like muscle memory. Like war. She kneels, calm as midnight, pulls an EpiPen from her clutch, checks his pulse, injects it clean. The man gasps. Air returns. Applause starts. And Atalia watches. Not clapping. Not smiling. Calculating. The edge of the room, moments later. Kalith moves to the shadows, adjusting her gown, trying to disappear. But Atalia follows. Of course she does. Atalia, low, silk over steel. Most women carry lip gloss. Not EpiPens and battlefield calm. Kalith turns slow. Composed. Unbothered. Except her eyes. They betray something. Recognition? Danger? Desire? Kalith, smiling, evasive. Some of us prepare for more than broken heels. Atalia, stepping closer. You knew what that man was reacting to before his wife could form a sentence. Not the skill set of your average heiress. Kalith, tilting her head. Is this small talk or an interrogation? Atalia, half a smile. Depends. Do all your clutches come stocked like trauma kits? Or was this a special occasion? Kalith, low and smoky. Maybe I just like saving people. Atalia, voice drops. Or maybe you're not here pretending to be. Kalith's breath stills, just for a heartbeat. Atalia clocks it like a hawk. Kalith, recovering cool. Careful, Ms. Baldelli. Curiosity in your world gets people hurt. Atalia, stepping close enough to brush her shoulder. Only if they're careless. Or distracting. A tense pause. They stare. The kind of stare that could turn saints to sinners and make a sinner beg for more. Kalith, whispering. You should go back to your auction, Baldelli. Atalia, murmuring back. And miss the real prize? Kalith steps back into the crowd, cool as a shadow melting into moonlight. But Atalia doesn't follow this time. Atalia smiling to herself. She's not just hiding. She's trained. She knows how to disappear. But now, I've seen her up close. She's real. She bleeds. She's mine. Chapter 4. Beneath the Mask. Where shadows collide and Atalia starts playing dirty in all the best ways. Also known as the chapter where the Mafia Queen knocks on heaven's door and nearly kicks it in. The Dominion Holdings, the boardroom. Late night. Most of the city sleeps. But not Atalia. Never Atalia. She stands at the end of a long obsidian table. Fingers drum slowly. A projector hums. Detective Rourke's voice is tired. We pulled this from the gala security footage. She blurred her face on every cam but one. And we enhanced it. The screen flickers. A still image. Kalith. Head turned. Eyes focused. Just enough of her face to cause sparks. Atalia walks forward like it's a religious experience. Atalia, murmuring. Angel eyes. At the secret ranch, just outside the city. Soft morning light bleeds through old wood beams. A child giggles. A kettle whistles. Kalith, barefoot, wraps a shawl around her shoulders, still half lost in last night's near miss. She felt it. The spark. The danger. The pull. Atalia's eyes had seen her. Really seen her. And it shook Kalith to her core. Intercut. Dual monologues. Atalia. She's not just some bleeding heart. She's a ghost with a cause. And now I know her face? She'll never escape me again. Kalith. I looked into the eyes of a woman who should terrify me. But all I saw was recognition. As if she knew my edges. As if she was made to challenge them. That night, the ranch's hidden path. Storm clouds gather. Thunder rolls. The gate to the hidden sanctuary creaks open. A black coat. Boots clicking. It's Atalia. She walks in like she owns the place. Because when has she ever done anything else? Atalia, calling out softly. You really should invest in better locks. A shadow moves across the barn door. Kalith steps into view. Calm. Unflinching. A knife hidden behind her back. Kalith smirks. Breaking and entering, Baldelli? That your new pickup line? Atalia, eyes flick to the knife. Only when the target is worth it. A beat. Kalith. You shouldn't be here. Atalia. You shouldn't be hiding. And yet, here we are. She takes a step closer. Rain begins to fall. Soft at first, then harder, as if the world itself is holding its breath. Atalia, quieter now. Why do you do it? Kalith, defensive. Because someone has to. Atalia. You think that makes you different from me? Kalith. No. I think it makes me better. Oof. It lands. But Atalia's smirk doesn't fade. If anything, it grows. Atalia leaning in low. Better? Darling, I run this city. Kalith. And I save it. The rain gets louder. Thunder cracks. The air between them is soaked in heat and history they haven't lived yet. Atalia, voice velvet sinful. You're going to ruin me, aren't you? Kalith, barely a whisper. Only if you beg me to. Minutes later, inside the barn. A truce. Of sorts. Wet coats on hooks. Firelight flickering. 2 mugs of black coffee. Distance between them measured in willpower and want. Atalia. Why the mask, angel eyes? Kalith. Because the world doesn't believe in ghosts. Especially not ones with a legacy like mine. Atalia, sipping, eyes burning. And yet here you are. Haunting me. Chapter 5, Games of Fire. 1 kiss. 1 crack in the armor. And neither woman will ever be the same. In the barn, hours before sunrise. Rain pounds the roof like 1,000 whispered warnings. The fire flickers low. Atalia and Kalith sit across from each other, tension coiled between them like a drawn bowstring. Silence. Not awkward. Not empty. Heavy. Like a promise about to break. Atalia, leaning forward, voice like velvet wrapped around a blade. Tell me something true. Kalith, sipping her coffee, unflinching. I already have. You just didn't want to hear it. Atalia. Try again. Kalith sets her mug down, eyes like a storm about to snap. You think you're in control, don't you? Atalia, smiling like sin. I usually am. Kalith, rising slowly. Then tell me, why are your hands shaking? Atalia looks down. They're not. But she feels it. The tremor isn't in her fingers. It's in her center, where want has cracked through the fortress of her control. Atalia, standing, closing the distance. You think this is a game? Kalith, stepping closer too. I know it is. I just play it better. Oh, that lands. They're inches apart now. Breath to breath. Heat to heat. Eyes locked like lovers or snipers. The silence before the spark. The fire pops. Somewhere, thunder rumbles. Atalia, soft now, voice just a breath. You haunt me. And I don't even know your real name. Kalith, eyes flicking to her lips. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. And then it happens. No warning. No permission. No hesitation. Atalia kisses her. Not gently. Not sweet. Like a crime she's waited her whole life to commit. Kalith gasps into it, not in protest, but in surrender. Her hands fist into Atalia's lapels. Atalia's fingers knot in Kalith's hair. And the fire isn't just in the hearth anymore. It's on them. Between them. Burning. Kalith, pulling back, breathless, eyes wide. What the hell was that? Atalia, grinning like she just won a war. Checkmate. Kalith. That wasn't part of the game. Atalia, low, wicked. Then you clearly don't know how I play. Kalith turns, heart pounding, needing air, needing distance. But before she reaches the door. Atalia, softly. Next time. I won't stop at your mouth. Chapter 6, Smoke Between Us. Desire without context is hunger. But desire with truth? That's a damn addiction. The next morning, a mirror, a memory. Atalia, standing alone in her penthouse, staring at herself. Lipstick still faintly smudged. Hair wild. She hasn't slept. She's pored over every file she has on Kalith Amberrose, but there's nothing that matches Angel Eyes. She touches her lips. And for the first time in years, she doesn't know if she wants to hunt her or hold her. Atalia. She's not just some do-gooder. She's not innocent. She's dangerous. And she's making me feel something that should have died in me a long time ago. A flashback. Atalia, age 17. Learning to shoot from her uncle. Told that love is weakness. That softness kills quicker than bullets. She believed it. Built an empire on it. Until Angel Eyes. Back to present at the ranch, Kalith alone. She's in the greenhouse, surrounded by the women she's helping. But her mind is far away, with red curls and eyes like green storms. Kalith, you kissed me like you meant it. And I hated how much I wanted you to. A flashback, Kalith, age 19. Confronting her father in Mercury Limited's boardroom. Asking him to fund women's shelters. Him laughing in her face. You want to waste our name on the week? You're an Amber Rose. Act like one. She walked out that day. And never came back. Two worlds, same ache. Atalia, burning files, pouring a neat whiskey, haunted by a kiss. Kalith, writing anonymous grant checks, staring out at the city, haunted by a woman who saw her. Both wondering, what happens when the person who challenges your world also makes you want it to burn? Chapter 7, Ashes and Echoes. Where past and present bleed into one, and the ghosts whisper loudest. Atalia's memory, a cold training ground. 17-year-old Atalia stands stiff in a barren warehouse, the echo of gunshots ringing off concrete. Her uncle's voice slices through the air. Her uncle. Love is a liability. It's the crack in the armor that lets death in. Atalia clenches her fists. Her eyes burn with defiance and something colder, the beginning of a fortress. Kalith's memory, a boardroom battlefield. 20-year-old Kalith stands before a wall of suits, her father among them. Her voice shakes, but her spirit is steel. Her father. You want to fund shelters for the week? This family built empires, not charity. She storms out, the door slamming like the end of innocence. Present day, echoes that never fade. Atalia pours whiskey, watching the city below. The past claws at her haunts her. Atalia. I built walls to keep pain out. But she. A beat. She's the storm that will tear them down. Kalith is tending to women at her secret ranch, pausing as a photo of Atalia slips out of her jacket pocket. Her fingers trace the image, conflicted. Kalith. She's fire and ice. And I don't know if I'm running toward her or away. The past isn't just behind them. It's waiting. Watching. Breathing. Chapter 8. Fractured Glass. When memories slice deep and the ghosts wear familiar faces. Another flashback, Atalia, age 17, the warehouse. Cold concrete walls. Faint echo of dripping water. A gunshot cracks through the air. Young Atalia blinks, steadies her breathing. Her uncle's harsh voice booms. Her uncle. If you want to survive this world, Baldelli, you'll learn one thing: love is a weakness. It kills faster than any bullet. Atalia's joy tightens. Her hands shake, but not from fear, from promise. She reloads. A flashback of Kalith, age 20, the boardroom. Sterile lights cast long shadows. Kalith stands firm before a row of stone-faced executives, her father's icy glare burning into her. Her father's voice spats. Shelters, charity? This family built empires, Kalith. We don't fund sentiment. We command respect. She clenches her fists, voice trembling with fury and hurt. There's no empire without people. And people are worth saving. She storms out, the door slamming like a challenge thrown to fate. Present day, Atalia's penthouse. Atalia stands before a shattered mirror, lipstick smeared, eyes darkened by sleepless nights. Atalia. He told me love was a liability, but he never warned me about the craving for it. She's the crack in my armor. The fire I didn't know I wanted. Present day, Kalith's ranch. Among warm faces and soft voices, Kalith's fingers linger over a faded photo of Atalia, her mind caught between duty and desire. Kalith. He called me naive, a fool. But in a city built on power, maybe kindness is the real rebellion. And maybe, the only way out. Shared memory, a flicker of their first encounter. Flashback to the rainy night when Atalia's eyes first locked with Kalith's, a silent storm of recognition and something dangerously electric. Both women standing alone, worlds apart, yet connected by invisible threads of longing and pain. Chapter 9. Collisions and Consequences. When enemies are forced into a dangerous dance and the city watches the sparks fly. The mayor's gala, an elegant battlefield. The grand ballroom shimmers with crystal chandeliers and whispered secrets. The city's elite swirl in designer gowns and tailored suits. Atalia, draped in a midnight black gown that hugs every fierce curve, scans the room with eyes like emerald daggers. Across the room, Caliph steps in silver silk catching the light like liquid moonlight, her obsidian hair cascading with wild grace. The air shifts. Conversations hush. The tension crackles. Atalia, under her breath, voice smooth as silk and twice as sharp. So, this is the ghost who's been haunting my nights. Caliph, hearing, her lips twitch into a sly smile. And you're the storm I never saw coming. The auction eyes that cut like knives. Atalia approaches a painting, an abstract, haunting portrait dominated by piercing blue eyes, angel eyes. She fingers the edge of the frame, heart thudding. Caliph glides near, a champagne flute poised gracefully. Their gazes lock across the room, a battle of wills, words unspoken but loud as gunfire. The verbal dance, sparks fly. Atalia, you're a puzzle I intend to solve. And I don't like puzzles that run. Caliph, maybe I'm not a puzzle. Maybe I'm the answer you've been avoiding. They stare, inches apart. The room blurs. The city's noise fades. Caliph slips away with a wink that promises war and wonder. Two queens circling. One secret away from surrender. The other fueled by a need she can't name. Chapter 10. Tangled Alliance. When survival demands a truce, but passion demands war. In a secret safe house, the meeting of fire and ice. Atalia stands in the dim light of the underground room, her emerald eyes sharp and scanning. The air smells of smoke and old leather. Across from her, Caliph, radiant yet guarded, leans against a rough-hewn table. Atalia, with that razor-edge tone. You're a ghost wrapped in a riddle, angel eyes. Now you're telling me the city's bleeding and neither of us can ignore it. Caliph, smirking, voice low and steady. Looks like the city finally needs the real rulers. Not just the ones who play with power like toys. Suddenly the threat is revealed, a new enemy emerges. A video flickers on the cracked wall screen, masked figures burning Dominion holding safe houses, threats scrawled in blood-red graffiti. Caliph, this isn't random. Someone wants us torn apart. And soon. Atalia. Then we fight. Together. They step close, the space charged like a live wire. Atalia. No secrets. No games. Caliph. No promises. Just survival. In the dead of night, they move through the city's underbelly, eyes sharp, hands near weapons, a dance of trust forged in fire and necessity. Atalia, grinning. Don't think I've forgotten that kiss. Caliph, raising an eyebrow. You mean when I nearly ruined your perfect poker face? Atalia. Ruined? No. Shattered. And I liked it. The moment between, almost touching, almost surrendering. Their hands brush and the world narrows to just them. Two queens, tangled in war and want. Dancing on the edge of everything. Chapter 11. Ghosts and Gunfire. When the past stalks the present and bullets write the next chapter. Midnight streets, the hunt begins. Caliph and Atalia cruise through rain-slicked streets in a sleek black muscle car. The city hums around them, neon lights slicing through shadows. Atalia's hands steady on the wheel, lips curling into a sly whistle. Atalia, whistling a smooth, impossible tune. You sure you're ready to dance with ghosts tonight? Caliph, calm, eyes sharp, sliding the safety off a sleek pistol. Ghosts don't scare me. It's the living that kill. The ambush, shadows explode. Suddenly, masked figures leap from the darkness, guns blazing. Tires screech as Atalia swerves, muscles coiled tight. Atalia, grinning wildly. Well, that escalated quickly. Caliph, without hesitation, door swings open, stepping out mid-motion like a lethal ballerina. Time to remind them why they call me Angel Eyes. The gunfight, precision, and power. Caliph's movements are poetry, graceful yet deadly. Bullets rip through the night, each shot finding its mark with unerring precision. Atalia, laughing, voice a mix of awe and teasing. Hell yes. That's my kind of crazy. Atalia maneuvers the car through tight alleys, dodging incoming fire, whistling that same tune, a soundtrack to chaos and chemistry. As the last enemy falls, Caliph slides back into the car, breath steady but eyes blazing. Atalia, mock scandalized. You could have warned me you were packing heat like that. Caliph, smirking, brushing rain from her hair. Where's the fun in that? Their eyes meet, charged and electric. The rain taps a rhythm on the windshield, a promise of battles and kisses to come. The ghost looms closer. The bullets have spoken. And two queens? They're just getting started. Chapter 12. The ghost steps forward and the queens ascend. When shadows reveal their secrets and two empires forge a future. Aftermath of the gunfight, the ghosts reveal. The rain still drips from the car's roof as they pull into a secluded warehouse. Inside, a figure steps from the shadows, tall, confident, eyes like ice. It's Alara, Calitha's estranged sister, a ghost from a past that refuses to stay buried. Alara, voice cold, cutting. Thought you could build your little kingdom without me? The past doesn't disappear, Caliph. It waits, and it hunts. Caliph, tense but controlled. Alara, you always were the storm I couldn't predict. Atalia, stepping forward, voice calm but lethal. You're trespassing on our territory now. Alara reveals a secret. She's been orchestrating attacks against Dominion Holdings and Mercury, Limited to force a reckoning. Alara, if you want peace, you'll merge your worlds. Together, you're untouchable. Apart, you're ashes. Caliph and Atalia exchange a look, fierce, unyielding, and something softer beneath the fire. Atalia, voice low, commanding. Then let's build an empire that no ghost can haunt. Caliph, nodding, a fierce smile. For the city. For the people we protect. Dominion Holdings and Mercury Limited united. Two queens. One kingdom. The New Dawn, community and power. Montage of the two women standing together at charity events, unveiling new shelters, shaking hands with city leaders, their combined strength lifting the community from the shadows. Atalia. Power without purpose is just noise. We're building something real. Something lasting. Caliph. Together, we're fire and light. And no darkness can stand against that. Two queens on a rooftop overlooking the city, their silhouettes sharp against the dawn. A storm brews on the horizon, new battles ahead. Atalia, smirking. Ready for round two? Caliph, taking her hand, fierce and sure. Always. Their hands intertwined. A bond forged in fire. A future carved in steel. Two queens rising as one. Chapter 13. Alara, the ghost unveiled and defeated. When the past returns, burning bright, but not without a fight. Alara's story, shadows of a broken family. Flashback, a younger Alara, sharp and relentless, clashes with Caliph in the gilded halls of Mercury Limited's family estate. Bitter words, broken promises. Alara. I left because this city wasn't ready for me. Too wild. Too raw. Too dangerous. They wanted perfection. I gave them chaos. Present, the reckoning begins. Alara strides into the heart of the merged empire's command center, Dominion Holdings and Mercury Limited's joint headquarters. Her presence slices through the room like a blade. Alara, voice dripping with cold fire. You think merging your kingdoms makes you untouchable? I'm here to remind you blood debts don't vanish. Not even for queens. The confrontation, fire meets ice. Atalia and Caliph step forward together, a living wall of power and purpose. Atalia. You want war, Alara? You'll find only defeat. Caliph. We're not the broken girls you left behind. The battle, more than just guns. The showdown is as much mental as physical. Alara pulls secrets, lies, and old wounds, trying to fracture their alliance. But their unity is forged in fire. Alara, snarling. You can't hide behind charity and power. You're both just queens of ash. Atalia's gaze hardens and with a swift, unexpected move, she disarms Alara. Caliph steps in, voice calm but absolute. Caliph. This city needs healing, not ghosts haunting every corner. It's time you faced what you left behind. Alara, defeated but not broken, is given a choice: exile herself from the city's shadows or face justice. She chooses exile, a storm still brewing far from their realm. Alara. The ghosts may fade, but the fire never dies. With Alara's silhouette disappearing into the night, our queens standing taller, stronger for the battles won, ready for those yet to come. Chapter 14, Aftermath, Healing, Power, and Quiet Tensions. When the guns fall silent, but the game never truly ends. Dawn at the merged empire, a new beginning. Sunlight spills over the sleek glass towers of the Joint Dominion Holdings and Mercury Limited headquarters. Inside, Atalia and Calith walk side by side, their steps echoing in the vast halls, a perfect balance of strength and grace. Atalia, breaking the silence, voice softer than usual. The city's still raw, like a wound waiting to scar. But we've got time now. To heal. To build. Calith nodding, eyes distant but determined. And watch each other's backs. Because peace, it's never just given. In quiet moments, banter beneath the surface. They share a private office, the glow of the city framing them like a spotlight. The tension between them is electric, but tempered by trust. Atalia teasing. So, Angel Eyes, how's it feel to be the most wanted woman in the city? Besides me, of course. Calith smirking. Flattering. Though I'm more interested in being the most feared woman in your world. Atalia. Feared? Honey, you're more like a slow-burning wildfire, impossible to ignore, impossible to put out. Together in community building, power with purpose. New shelters rise, children laugh in playgrounds, former streets now blooming with gardens and markets. The queens lead the charge, their influence reshaping lives. Atalia. This is what power looks like. Not the kind that destroys, but the kind that breathes life. Calith. We're rewriting the city's story, one soul at a time. Late night, Atalia stands alone on a balcony, staring at the city lights. Calith joins her silently, their shadows mingling. Calith. You ever think about what's next? When the ghosts stop coming, what then? Atalia, without turning. Then we find new wars. Because peace is just the lull before the next storm. Their eyes meet fierce, raw, and charged. The city glowing below. And two queens, united but restless, ready to face whatever darkness or desire the dawn might bring. Chapter 15, Fire and Velvet, the Queen's Forbidden Dance. When power seduces and desire demands surrender. The private suite, night draped in silk and shadows. Soft amber light pools over a room filled with shadows and secrets. Atalia pours 2 glasses of deep red wine, her emerald eyes flickering with something unsaid. Calith enters, quiet but fierce, the weight of the day falling away like a cloak. Atalia, handing over a glass, voice low and teasing. Careful, Angel Eyes. This vintage bites, kind of like you. Calith, accepting, a slow smile playing at her lips. Only when provoked. They circle each other slowly, the air thick with tension and unspoken words. Atalia. I've seen armies fall at a whisper. But your silence? That's a battle all on its own. Calith. Maybe I'm just waiting for the right war. Atalia, stepping closer, voice a sultry murmur. And if I told you I'm already fighting it with you? Calith, eyes flickering, breath catching. Then I'd say, the war just got interesting. They sit, closer now, the wine forgotten. Vulnerability seeps through cracks in their armor. Atalia, quietly. I don't do soft. Not in business, not in life. But you make me want to rewrite the rules. Calith. I'm scared of what that means. Of what we mean. Atalia's fingers brush a stray curl from Calith's face, a featherlight touch charged with promise. Atalia, whispering. Scared can be good. Means you're alive. Means it's real. Calith, closing her eyes briefly. Then let's be real. Even if it burns us down. They close the gap, a fierce, searing kiss that speaks of battles fought and those yet to come. They pull apart slowly, eyes locked, the night humming with possibility. Atalia. We're queens of chaos. But maybe, just maybe, we're queens of this too. Calith. Let's burn the rules. And write our own story. 2 hearts ablaze. Entwined in the fire and velvet of desire. a dance of power, passion, and peril. Chapter 16. Fire in the Spotlight, Queens Unmasked. When passion breaks the surface and the world can't look away. The gala return, eyes everywhere. The city's grandest gala, a glittering sea of tuxedos and gowns. Cameras flash like lightning as Atalia and Caliph enter together, a force of nature wrapped in silk and steel. Whispers ripple through the crowd. Everyone senses the new power, the undeniable connection. Reporter, whispering to cameraman. Is that Atalia Baldelli and Caliph Ambrose? Together? That's not just a power move, it's a revolution. The dance floor, a statement made. The two women glide into the center of the dance floor, their hands brushing, eyes locking. The music swells, tension crackling in every movement. Atalia, smirking, voice low. Ready to give them a show they'll never forget? Caliph, grinning. Only if you lead. They move as one bold, magnetic, a spectacle that blurs lines between business and pleasure, power and surrender. Guests murmur, some in awe, some in envy. Board members exchange glances. City leaders lean in, calculating. Rival businessman, muttering. Two queens united, game over. Loyal ally. They're rewriting the rules. And we're all just players now. Later, on a balcony overlooking the sparkling city, Atalia pulls Caliph close, their lips barely brushing. Atalia. They want a scandal? We'll give them a legend. Caliph. Queens don't hide in shadows. Atalia. No. We set the world on fire. Their kiss deepens, fierce and unyielding, a blaze no one can extinguish. The city pulses below, alive with possibility and peril. The two queens stand united, an unbreakable force. Atalia. We're not just surviving. We're thriving. And the world? It's ours for the taking. Caliph. Together, unstoppable. Together, unbreakable. Together, queens. A city transformed, two women who dared to rewrite fate, and a fire that will burn forever.